I couldn't get the other part of the Boomer Meme video monetized though on the main channel. So here we are on the gaming channel to watch Boomer Memes because I guess I can't. I re-uploaded it like 2 or 3 times, so they just keep denying it. So we'll do this and we'll do history memes because they belong here now. So let's do it. Play.
Aren't you a little young to be a roller coaster engineer? Okay, Boomer. Teacher, why are you laughing? Me, nothing. My brain. Boomerang. Me, explains okay Boomer to my mom. My mom, that's actually disrespectful. Me, okay Boomer. Peace was never an option.
It was never an option.
Boomers, this generation is full of sensitive snowflakes.
Exactly.
Millennials, okay Boomer. Boomers. The only boomer who cared about his wife. Radio host claims okay Boomer is the N-word of ageism. Yo, what up my boomer? Boomers trying to understand me.
That is my Clash Royale loading. I still want to do that video with me and Skid and play Clash Royale together because it has a 2-player mode and we need to play it.
Seems like, what does the T on the wall stand for? When you call the old man in the wheelchair a boomer, and then he stands up. Mamma mia.
Okay, see? That would be a problem. I like that. I like that a lot.
The young generation is a bunch of idiots. Boomers making cartoon. Where's the ocean? Boomers invented phones and video games. Boomers. Okay, Boomer is as bad as the N-word. The word you refuse to say by full name is obviously worse.
Word. I play my trap card. Understanding racism.
When you realize Danny DeVito is a boomer, perhaps I treated you too harshly.
That's right. We gotta start working on that okay boomer list. You know? The okays of the okay boomers. You know what I mean? We gotta work on that list. Cause there's quite a handy amount of them.
Boomers. It's rude to stare at people. Person. Has inked skin. Boomers. Increase in eye focus.
I am so deep.
18th Amendment. Consumption of alcohol is illegal and immoral. Everyone. Okay Boomer. When I was your age we used our legs for getting around. Okay Boomer. Boomers when they are unable to find the space bar on a keyboard. Boomers when a Zoomer is unable to tell the time from a sundial.
Word.
Boomers.
Word.
Get a real job. Also Boomers. Stan. Bread scientist.
Hey, you leave Stan out of this, man. He looks like a great dude.
In 2085, when they hit you with OK's,
I'm not ready for it.
So this is what it feels like. Gen Z creating OK Boomer. Millennials taking credit for it. Boomers when they watch TV for 5 hours straight. Boomers when there's someone on their phone for 5 minutes.
I'm just here watching my show. It's such a weird perception that they have too about like TV and like how they're just watching a couple of shows or just watching the game with my friends and then watching the pre-game, then watching the post-game, then watching the next game, and it's like 8.5 hours of total television plus commercial, mostly commercial. And then we're just like on our phones on Twitter for a long time of the day. And they're just like, dude, you're always around the screen of your phone. There are more screens around, but it's not that much different.
Obviously, the boomer generation is being attacked by this millennium.
You feel attacked, literally, like...
They feel attacked?
I guess I wasn't aware that the millennials were feeling so downgraded by the boomers.
This one goes out for the 60.
On TikTok.
This one goes
At the airport for a flight that boards at 8:15.
Not gonna say much.
All the old people got up at 7:40 and are mad they aren't on the plane yet.
It's literally 7:43.
Okay,
Really?
boomer.
Talking about old folks?
Well, it don't seem like a joke. It seems like respect that the boomers should get, they're not getting from these millenniums right here.
I guess they're making fun of old people. That's not nothing new.
You know, as an older generation, we're always on time. I'm here at least half an hour earlier than I'm supposed to be, you know.
Mean the environment is dying. We need to change.
My grandpa, it'll be fine. It's fine as it is.
Places are literally burning. We are polluting the earth.
My grandpa, it'll be fine.
Oh, same thing, huh? Old ladies suck. Okay, boomer.
It's not the same thing. It's literally a different joke. This was one of the first times I've supported
Boomers,
this.
it's all right. We're the one paying for your college, buddy.
I get it. I mean, there's so many problems right now, and a lot of it was caused by my generation.
It's not funny to me, but it's generational. I did the same thing.
No, you didn't. Because you don't believe in climate change, so it's actually different. It's actually different. Literally, the logic we're employing is different because the problems are different. The science has never existed before, so it's actually not the same. But also, some of us think that you need to not use straws anymore. So there's a little wiggle room here, but the difference is to actually engage the problem with words, not just saying respect in general as an overarching statement, because it's not about respect, or just saying, you're just making fun of me in general. Nope, I'm making a point, which is why the joke is funny. Acknowledge the point, then we can talk, old lady.
With different words, so we just didn't have the internet to spread it.
Millennials, I'm so proud of Gen Z, like they actually care about the environment. I'm so proud of them.
Boomers, but they're using slurs and are being super mean to us.
I guess they're trying to get back at us.
But who's using slurs?
Millennials who have been the main focus of boomer jokes for years.
Old ladies suck.
Okay. We do talk about them.
Obviously, the boomer generation is being attacked by this millennium.
Every generation
Obviously.
criticizes the upcoming generation.
You're not
And
wrong
you know
about
what?
that.
Someday, they'll be criticizing the generations behind them as well.
Yes, and then we will see who was so sensitive about it. Yes? Yes.
Oh, the Joker. Boomers complaining about memes on them. You think this is funny? And Gen Z.
That is a good one.
I love it. I want to see some Robert De Niro. You talking to me?
Okay.
That's what it reminds me of.
Okay, so no, we've missed it. It's okay
Me at
though.
all. Got to be some pretty sensitive boomers out there if they're getting sensitive about that.
Yeah, you're right on.
Oh, he's no spring chicken. The guy is below.
You know, there's some countries where they respect their elders.
I think he playing. He sound like he playing.
Your father.
He sound like he playing.
Okay, boomer. I like that.
That's a good one,
good.
right? Okay.
Who started this?
That's good. See?
This
Okay.
was the
We
same-
have breaking in with comedy. 'Cause that's funny.
Days.
That's fucking funny.
So the boomer here is Luke. I mean, that's what's so funny. That's why I'm laughing.
It's okay to
Okay.
be laughed at. It's okay to laugh at yourselves,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
Okay, boomer is not like some solid insult.
No,
to help
it's
you
not.
understand it a little better,
Yeah.
we have a news report on the phrase, right? So here's what the news had to say about it.
Oh, okay. News usually, gets it wrong.
Okay, boomer.
Don't look at me.
I'm not looking at
She's not a boomer.
We're not even, there's no boomers around us right now.
Nope.
Pity for you.
It's the millennials' newest clapback directed at baby boomers who've become indifferent, some say, about the concerns
I
of...
don't know if they're indifferent. I think they're overwhelmed.
This all started...
Overwhelmed is actually probably a very good way to put it. I think that is actually a very fair sentence to say. We're going to shoot a lot of this and cut a lot of this out, but yeah.
The social media...
I don't know how we got here. We were looking for the second part of the video we were watching, but we're just going to do this instead. This is
TikTok,
great.
And then it exploded into the meme of the moment. It even made it to New Zealand and to New Zealand's parliament, where a 25-year-old lawmaker responded, okay, boomer, after she was heckled by an older colleague during a debate on climate change.
And it was comedy.
Listen.
In the year 2050, I will be 56 years old. Yet, right now, the average age of this 52nd Parliament is 49 years old. Okay, boomer.
Clap! That is a solid comeback in that moment. She clapped on that dude.
That was rude to interrupt her.
Is 49 years old. Okay, boomer.
Clap. Clap.
I think that was appropriate. She was getting heckled.
Yeah, there we go.
Initial shots fired were, fired by the boomers who for years have criticized millennials as being lazy, entitled, while they're suffering under crushing student debt and all of these policies that boomers made. So this is a kind of a friendly clapback.
Well, the boomers actually created problems for millennials, right?
Yeah.
Like student debt and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I understand what they're saying there. Okay, boomer. We gotta do our own thing now.
Yeah. I think a lot of the cuts that they use in this are out of context, which is kind of why I don't watch a lot of their stuff, because I like to judge things by like what's going on. But yeah, it seems like I got a group of people. It's not like it's so hard to understand, right? Respond to the message, then we will talk. And that is, I think that though a lot of the boomer memes that they make, when they were made, was before our generation was really literate with our memes. And that is, you know, explaining like why this is a real issue and it isn't just about working harder. And to get people to learn who don't use the internet is very hard. Same thing with like the shooter memes and the camera's about to die. So I'll probably die mid-rant, but it's fine. You get where I'm going anyways. You know, video games cause violence. You say that. You can spread it to all of the boomers you want, right? And we can look at it and immediately know why that's fucking bad, why that's stupid, and we can get the information immediately. We make videos about it, we make memes about it, we can spread it to our friends, we send it in text messages. But how do the boomers then get in connectivity with that information? How do you send that to an old person? How do you have that conversation with an old person? That is where the concept of sitting down and having face-to-face conversations became so prevalent for that generation, because that was the only option they had. You had to call individual people, you had to have sit-downs, and then create the appropriate time to have that conversation. Which in a meme, you don't need appropriate time. You just send it out into the world. We'll make the time for it when we see it, you know? The time is now for us. And for boomers, you can't just talk about heavy issues at the dinner table. You weren't allowed to. You couldn't talk about disrespectful things in front of people. It was embarrassing. And with us, we're way more free, and we have way more freedom and way more access to that kind of information. So with that, when you find people, you know, when you find older people who are just really resilient to that kind of information, they're creatures of habit. They can decide to ignore you and go back to their life and go back to watching TV and stuff. So that's why this stuff is so much fun, though, and it's always good to see people on the other side actually get it, and it's very refreshing to know that the memes you see is not the whole story. It is just the funniest part. So keep your eyes and ears open, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.